Hey, what up? How's it going? It's been a long time since I talked to you guys. A long fucking time, actually. So, see, I've just been working mostly, working and working. And you know all those videos that I made of, where I was just, getting my grievances out in the world and talking about my life. And, all the people that were in it and I love them and all that. Like, you know how I said that I had a relationship with a woman named Sydney, and she, had a miscarriage. That's what she told me. That's what she told me. But it turns out that she probably has a daughter that's mine now. So that really threw me for a turn. Like, I did not fucking plan that. Well, we planned to have the baby together, but I did not plan her not telling me that she had my child. And I just recently found that out, and that really threw my head for a spin because, I've been super good to her. I've been super nice to her. And, it just, the fact that she kept that a secret from me, it hurts a lot, but, I can't hold it against her forever. We have the baby now, and that's that. So, all the things I said in the past about her being a bad person, a little bit, that's true, yeah. But it's the miscarriage and that, she told me she had a miscarriage. But now we have a daughter together. And, the cool thing about that is, we planned our daughter together. So, if my daughter is watching this in the future or something, just exploring who her crazy daddy is or whatever, we planned to have you. We planned to have you before conception. We took our time, and she asked me for a baby. And I said, yeah, you can have my baby. And we had a baby together. And, she didn't tell me that she was having the baby now. She was pregnant all this whole time. And she didn't tell me until 5 months into the child's life. And then, now here's the dramatic part. And I want to give some advice for baby daddies out there in the world right now. Because I have 3 of them. You can learn from me, right? I have 3 baby mamas. And it's I've learned something from them. I'll get to that in a minute. But she told me 5 months after having the child that the child is mine. And what I did right away was okay, well, we're gonna get a DNA test. We still got to get a DNA test. But what I did right away was give her money and give her formula. That's the first thing I did was start trying to take care of my baby. If that's my baby, I have to take care of my baby, right? So it's that was the first thing I did. But here's what she did. Here's what she did though. It's I fucking was so nice to her and all that, and then I asked, hey, is that my child? Is that my child? Is that my child? She wouldn't fucking answer me, so I asked her again, and then she eventually came to my work, and then she assaulted me. She scratched my fucking eye, and all of that shit. Did I charge her? No, I did not. I was at the time. I was at the time. At the fucking time, did I charge? Fuck no. I was we don't need the cops. We can deal with this ourselves. But it turns out we can't deal with it ourselves, and we have to involve that legal aspect in order for me to see my daughter in the long run. But okay. Anyways, I'll finish my story about my life first. Right? So yeah, we have the daughter. She tells me 5 months later, and what she does is she comes into my work after I asked her, hey, is that my daughter? She comes to my work, she asks my coworker, hey, can you tell Darren to meet me out in the lobby, kind of thing. So I go through the employees only door and I meet her, and she comes out swinging. She comes out swinging at my face, clawing at my face, scratching at my face. Do I hit her back? Fuck no. I'm a real man. I don't hit women. I'm not a fucking pussy. Only pussies hit women, right? So it's did I hit her back? Fuck no. Sydney fucking just nailed on me and scratched me. She gave me a fucking big ass gash over my eye. I took it like a champ, and then my boss saw every fucking bit of it. And it's did I charge her that day? Fuck no. But what happened though the next day was she came to my work with our child, trying to coerce me into not charging her, which she didn't even have to do in the first place. But it's she came to my work with our baby, made me hold my baby and everything like that, and was basically, don't charge me, right? Basically is what she was going for. And everything was going all right, and then we decided to become friends with the kid, and that's when things got out of control. And basically she ended up calling the cops on me for no reason. For all I told her was we got to go through family court so I can get visitation rights. And then that's when she called the cops on me, and she's like, okay, you gotta contact a lawyer to contact me and all that stuff. And I was like, that was my idea, to go through lawyers so that we, that when she's mad at me, she can't use our baby against me. And that's the advice I want to share with baby daddies today. Like, if your baby mama has full custody of your child, she can use that child as a weapon, unless you go through like the legal freaking ramifications it takes to become, where like to the point where you got, the legal team, they have your back and you get to see your child on that specific weekend and she can't say no. And that's the point, right? Like, if she's mad at me and it's my weekend to see my baby, then I get to see my weekend no matter what, if she's mad at me or not. And that's the only reason you gotta go to family court. That's it. That's the only reason. Like, all the baby daddies watching this, if you're a single, if your family breaks up, go to family court. So that way, when she's mad at you, she doesn't use the child as a weapon. Because Sydney already told me hundreds of times, you'll never see your kid. You'll never see your kid. Like when she got mad, and I was like, okay, well, we got to go through a lawyer then, right? Because like, I want to integrate myself into my daughter's life, because I haven't been there for the first 5 months because she never told me she had our daughter. So I haven't been there for the first 5 months, and I need to integrate myself back into my daughter's life, and that's going to take at least a year, right? Like, I'm going to have to, see my daughter for a year, and then after that year of like weekends, like just weekends, right? She'll eventually get to know me to the point where I can have her for the night. And that's good. That's going to take time, and it's going to take a shorter amount of time if I go through the legal processes. Whereas if I didn't go through the legal processes, if I didn't hire a lawyer to go through family court and all that, like, she would never let me have her, right? Like, she already told me that you'll never have her, and that's why I said that we have to go to family court. And then what does she do after that? She contacts the cops and then tells them that, this bunch of bullshit. And then I have no choice but to use what I got against her in terms of the legal ramification. Because here's another piece of advice to baby daddies everywhere. If you're single, like, if your baby mama calls the cops on you once, she is so much more likely to call the cops on you twice. So, I mean, stop the fucking bleeding, right? Like, call the cops on her right fucking back. That's what you gotta do. I'm sorry to say, that's what you gotta do. If you've got something against her, that's what you gotta do, because she's gonna fucking keep calling the cops against you. That's what they do. And, that's okay though, right? Like, it's just part of 2020 life. This wasn't happening fucking 600 years ago, right? This is the way it is in 2020. I'm like, for my advice to everybody watching this who is a baby daddy, if you're broken apart with your family, you got to go through the legal you got to go through the legal system in order to see your baby. That's the smartest and best way to do it, I'm sorry to say, because when she's mad at you, she will say, fuck you, you can't see your baby, and stuff like that. She will do that. And I'm sorry to be so blunt and dramatic, and I hate being a bad guy, because I'm a good guy. Like, I'm a good guy. Did I charge her at first? Fuck no. I had to play my fucking cards though. I had to play my cards. She called the cops on me. I have to call the cops on her. It's just, that's life. That's in 2020. That's fucking life. Like I'm not messing around. That's our daughter, right? So I gotta do unto others as she has done unto me, and that was her. Doing unto me was her calling the cops, and then me doing unto her was being like, hey, she fucking assaulted me, what the fuck, you're gonna do something about that? Because like, I don't deserve to go to work and be assaulted by somebody that had my baby and like all that. Like, I don't deserve that. Like, I was at work, I was doing my fucking job, she comes to my work, I go meet her, she fucking comes out swinging, assaulting me, fucking Darian Darian Walker fucking assaulting me like crazy, scratching my eye and all that stuff. And then what do? I say, don't worry about it, boss, and then I go back to work. And then I thought I wasn't gonna ever have to use it, but I have to use it because I'm drawing a line in the sand. You're not gonna bully me around, Sydney. It's just like, Like, that's not what I'm here. I'm here to help you and help our baby. I gave you $100 as soon as you told me you had our baby because I'm a fucking man. I love our baby. That's what I love you and I love our baby, so I'm going to fucking take care of my baby if I can. But it's just like the fact that you fucking called the cops on me first is just like, I'm just speaking in the editorial kind of like, you, blah, blah. I'm not speaking to anyone directly or anything like that, but it's like the fact that she called the cops, made like we have to be in the legal system now because of her play. And that's 2020 business. It's business, right? Like, it fucking sucks, right? That's the political aspect of being a baby daddy. Like, I realize this now. I'm gonna have to pretty much take all 3 of my baby mothers to court to see my babies on the regular. And that's a smart move on my part. That's my play. That's my life. That's my test, right? That's what I gotta do. In order to see my 3 children, I have to take my 3 baby mamas to court and get visitation rights, integrate myself back into their lives, and then have a place for them to come over and accommodate their needs, right? So I'm just gonna keep on working. I'm gonna keep on doing my music and poker and like things that like are potentially going to possibly make me money one day. And work, poker, music. But yeah, like baby daddies everywhere. If she calls the cops on you once, protect your ass, okay? Because she'll call the cops on you again. It's like it's that's what it is. It's a power trip. Like I remember, like I had this girlfriend. Like she called the cops on me once, like for like no reason, right? Like had an argument. We were just loud and verbal and stuff like that. But like there was no like hitting or abuse, like that kind of stuff, right? But like anyway, she called the cops, and then like. It's just like the next time she called the cops for no reason, then the next time she called the cops for no reason, then I dumped her because it was like that was just too much, right? But like I realize now that they get this power trip when they call the cops the first time, right? It's like, oh well, I can totally fuck with this guy's life if I call the cops. So it's like, stop the bleeding if you can. You know what I mean? Like you go through the legal system too. That's what you gotta do. It's a fucking game to them sometimes. You know what I mean? Like that power trip. Like this is real life. We got one life, right? I'm here to protect my family and I, right? That's what I'm here to do. If I have to fucking protect myself against one of my baby mothers in terms of like protecting my freedom so that I can see my daughter and work to provide for my daughter, like if I have to do that, then I have to do that. And it feels bad. It doesn't feel good to do that. But okay, let me leave you with some piece of advice before I take off here because I gotta get to work, gotta eat some lunch and stuff like that. But yes, to everybody with 3 baby mamas, here's my advice. To everybody with 3 baby mamas, make sure that the 4th baby mother is rich. Well, today was fun. I talked to Barbara face to face because we're allowed to and all that stuff now. And the first thing I did, I told her I have a day off on November 1st. I was like, my only day off is November 1st. I told her, can I have my son on that day? And guess what she said? Can you guess? No! She gave me hoops to jump through, like a woman giving me games to play. And then I told her that we can always be a family together. I told her that we can raise our son together. And I even told her that we can be friends together and raise our son together. She said no. So it's like, I have no choice but to take Barbara to court so that I can visit my son without her having power trips getting in the way. And baby mama drama part 2, right? So yes, if you're a single baby daddy and your family broke up, like, here's the story with Barbara and I. Here's the story. Like, Barbara and I, we got together one night and we just hit it off right away. We had a really great connection together. Like, we were strong. And then, like, everything was going well. We decided to have a baby together. And then, sure enough, we got pregnant together. I like to say we got pregnant, even though it's all her. She got pregnant. And The first time she got pregnant, we had a real miscarriage. You know what I mean? Like Sydney told me that she had a miscarriage. Roxanne told me that she had a miscarriage. But Barbara, Marsh, and I, we had a real miscarriage the first time. And then upon that miscarriage, like it broke our fucking hearts, but we were strong together, right? Like we were in the hospital room. She was bleeding. I was holding her, hugging her, loving her, kissing her, being there for her, like because I love her, right? That's my Barbara. Like she's always gonna be my Barbara, no matter what. Like I was the first guy to give her a baby. I was the first guy to ask her to marry me and stuff like that. Like we can get married today and we can raise our family today. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But like, yeah. Anyway, so we had a miscarriage, and then we decided to try again. And the reason we decided to have a baby together, the only reason, was because she was promising me that we'll always be a family, no matter what. Like she'll always forgive anything bad that I do in the future, and I'll always forgive anything bad that she does in the future, and that we'll always stay together and persevere as a family. And that's the only reason I gave her a son. And now we're in this situation where she wants to back out of the promise she makes, like the promise to be a family together and raise our son together. But at the same time, she wants to persecute me in like so many ways. Like it's like she doesn't want to be a family together, even though we can be a family together. Like she promised, her promise was, I'll always want our family together. Those are her exact words. And like we can be together today, but what she does is like today I asked her if I could see my son. She said no. So what she does is like she likes to say no, you can't see your son, Darren. And then like a day or two later, she likes to be like, oh, he never sees his son. I'm such a good, perfect mother, single mother, 100% pat on the back. Like she likes to brag about that stuff. We all have pride. We all have Lucifer pride. And that's where like, you know, the metaphor of all those things and stuff like that, that's where they come from, right? Like her pride is to be like, oh, I'm a single mother, I'm so fucking good, I'm so awesome, because her dad raised her as a single parent. And I get that on a psychological level. But the fact that she promised me family is why we're in this predicament of like, God, why is she such a fucking lying whore? But it's like, I can't be mad for long. Like she's gonna move on, right? She has like a bunch of times, like she has tattoos with other guys. She has like tattoos with 2 other guys that she promised forever. And it's just like, why can't she keep her fucking promise? Like she promised me forever. She promised our son that we'll always be a family together forever. But that's who she is as a person. She's her mother. Like her mother walked out on her family, and she's her father at the same time too. She's her mom and her dad. Like so, I'm my mother and my dad too, to a certain extent. Like a bit more artistic and a bit more individual and a bit more of a rebel I am. But like Barb's like her mom and her dad. Like she's like her mom in the sense that she doesn't want to continue a family because that takes perseverance, forgiveness, and real tenacity and strength and heart to stay together. Like it takes so much fucking heart to stay together. It's so much easier to be like, okay, bye-bye, see you later, relationship over, and then move on. Like people don't recognize that it's easier to fucking give up on somebody than it is to fucking actually continue a relationship with them. You know what I mean? So it's like, she's one of those people that makes the promise that she can't keep, right? Like about our family, right? But it's like she's her mom and her dad in this sense. She's her mom in the abandoned family unit kind of way. Like we can be together right now. We can go get a marriage license. They're right down the street. We can go get a marriage license. We can raise our family together for the rest of our lives together. And I'll hold her, love her. I'll grow with her. I'll go to marriage counseling, couples counseling, whatever it takes. But does she have the perseverance to do something like that? No. She swore in her heart to always love me forever and always be with me forever and always be a family with me forever. Does she have the perseverance to pull something like that off? No. She's too weak. She's too weak. That's all there is to it. There's no pride or envy or anything like that. She's too weak to keep our family whole like she promised. And I can't hold that against her forever. I have to, oh well, life goes on. I have to be one of those people, right? And so it's like, but my point is, and the advice I want to give to baby daddies out there watching this right now about my baby mama drama, this is in regards to my first baby mama. My second baby mama is Roxanne, and my third baby mama is Sydney. But my first baby mother, she promised that we'll always be a family together and all that stuff, right? So it's like, but my advice I want to give to you is like, You know, odds are if you're a single baby daddy, there's a good chance that the baby mother you were with promised you forever and all of that stuff like that. Like, you know, you can't really hold that against her, even though, like, people are just people. We're all mixed bags, right? Like, I understand why Barb has to destroy her family. It's because Dina, her mom, destroyed her family. That was Dina, John, and Barbara. Like, those were the three. They were supposed to be together forever. Dina, John, and Barbara were supposed to be together forever. The way Drayton, Barbara, and I are supposed to be together forever. Like, they're supposed to be together forever, and that created rage in Barbara's heart for all of her life. Like, she, you know what I mean? Like, can she forgive me for what she says that I've done? I've never fucking did anything bad for her that would merit a forever cast out of my life kind of thing. But, like, she really pulls these excuses out of, like, these hats, like magic tricks, and just makes up excuses why we can't be together when we can. And again, I can't hold that against her, because a lot of people do that in the world. There are 8 billion people almost, right? And, like, so many of them, like, promise, well, we'll always be a family together, like the way Barbara promised we'll always be a family. But a lot of them are like Barb, like, too big of a whore to fucking commit to it. And I know that's, like, a blunt term for it, right? Like, I can use a better term, right? She's too promiscuous to continue her relationship that she committed to me, and then she's too promiscuous to stay committed to our relationship, which I can't hold that against her, even though like, the only reason I gave her a son was because we're going to be a family together forever. But, like, okay, let's get to the advice portion. The advice portion is, like, if your baby mother wants to give up, first of all, if your baby mother wants to give up, she's fucking pathetic. If she promised you forever, like Barb's pathetic for giving up. That's fucking disgraceful. Like, I had a son with her so that we'll raise him together and we'll always be friends together, and we'll always, like, you know what I mean? Like she doesn't even want to raise them together. It's like, she gives me shit about not being in his life and stuff like that. But, like, I'm trying to be in his life. Today I asked her, can I have our son on November 1st? I'm sorry, I keep getting confused because I have 2 daughters and 1 son, and sometimes but anyways, like, I asked her, can I have our son on November 1st? And she said no today. And it's just, she's always saying no. There's always a reason no why I can't have my son. Like, even when he was first born, like, that's how it was always gonna be, right? Because she loves the power trip. The power she has over our son, because he's a dependent. He's dependent on her. Like, the power she has over his life, she loves that power, and she loves to use that power against me. So it's like we can be a family together right now, and we can raise our son together forever, and she would have no complaint about me being never in his life kind of thing. We'd be in his life every day. We would raise our son together every day, like she swore we would always. But the advice portion I would like to give any of the baby daddies out there wondering what to do in this kind of situation, take her to family court, because she's going to keep using the child as a weapon. Like, that's the only reason I have to go to family court with Barbara, is because she won't let me see my son unless I jump through hoops for it. And that's basically what she said. No, you gotta do this, you gotta do this, you gotta do this, you gotta do this. And it's like, why can't I just have my son on November 1st on my only day off? Because she comes up with these excuses to make me look like the bad guy. But that's what baby mothers do. So single baby daddies, your baby mother, if you're broken up with your baby mother, odds are she's gonna make you look like a bad person for herself. Okay? Like, when she puts you down and stuff like that with all of her little girlfriends and all of that, and then her girlfriends put you down with all of her girlfriends, and then those girlfriends kind of, like, rumors get created from that. And, like, that's what she's gonna do if you're a single baby daddy watching this right now, wondering, oh shit, like that's what your baby mother's most likely going to do. She's gonna talk shit about, she's gonna drag your name through the mud and stuff like that. But, like, I love her. I was here to love her. I was here to, like, grow our family together. But, like, The advice though, go through family court. Family court is your only way. And the reason is it's 2020. Like if it was the 1500s or whatever, like, you know, like is there going to be courts and stuff like that for family proceedings and stuff like that? Not typically, right? So like we're in 2020 right now, and we live in a society, and this society is protected by like armies and stuff that are fighting for our freedom across all over the world. And like, you know, the thing about the society that we occupy, like I want to see my son as regularly as possible, but she won't let me. I asked her today, I asked you, Barb, hey Barb, can I see my son November 1st? Is my only day off. And she said no. So history is repeating itself. She's saying no, I can't see my son again for like the third, fourth, freaking 1,000th fucking time in our lives since we had our son together. Like we can be a family right now, yes, but it's like she doesn't let me see my son, and then she fucking gets all like, oh, he never sees her. Sorry, I keep fucking thinking about my two daughters because I miss them as well. I love all of my babies, even though sometimes I say shit to stir up a Barb, you know. But like, this is so frustrating for me. I love Barbara so much, and we can be a family together right now, like she promised me, and she promised me, you know, like. So it hurts that she made the promise that we'll always be together forever, and that I'm the one trying to keep that promise. You know what I mean? Like, she was the one who made it initially. Like, does she want me to get a tattoo of her? I'll fucking get a tattoo of her, just like Mike has a tattoo. Kyle has a tattoo of her. Like, they fucking have tattoos of her because she promised them forever and then gave up on them. Like, that's what Barbara Marie Marsh does. She fucking promises people, oh, I'll be with you forever. And then she eventually finds these excuses and just pulling them out of these little fucking hats. And it's just like this big magic trick so that she can fucking end the relationship eventually. And then she just fucking hates on everybody that she was with. And it's just, I love Barbara, and we can be together right now. Like, we can go get a marriage license right fucking now. Okay, but I gotta end this video. This video is going on a bit too long, and I'm kind of going over the same points. But advice for baby daddies out in the world. Like, I have 3 baby mamas, so here's what I'm going to do. I have to take all 3 of my baby mothers to court. Like, Roxanne said that I could see my daughter on Halloween. She's not answering any of my calls right now. Like, I asked her, hey, can I see my daughter on Halloween? She's not answering any of my calls right now. She said yes initially, and then she got mad at me because of something my 3rd baby mother said to her about me, and it was just like, But yes, you have to take your baby mothers to court so that they can't use the child against you as a fucking pawn or a fucking weapon. That is what you gotta do, most likely. In 2020, that's just the way the cookie crumbles, okay? So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go see a lawyer, gonna take Barbara through court because we're supposed to be a family right now. She promised that we'll always be together, blah, blah, blah. It's like, I have to take her to court to see my son regularly without her saying no. You know what I mean? If I have an allotted time to see my son, then I get to see my son because the court says so she can go fuck herself when she says no, like she said today. She said no today. And then, like, same with Roxanne. If Roxanne ever gets mad at me and is like, oh no, fuck you, Darren, like, then she can't say, I can't see my daughter if I have an allotted time to see my daughter. And same with Sydney too. Like, if I take her to family court and get visitation rights, she can't be like, fuck you, Darren, you can't see your daughter ever. The way she did that to me, like, she literally did that the other day. She was like, you will never see her, right? Like, she did that. And then I was like, okay, well, we gotta go through family court. And that's where this whole family court thing came from. And, like, for real, protect your ass, because these baby mothers that we have, they promise us forever, or they promise that we'll always, you know, be civil, but they just, when they get mad at you, shit flies off the handle. Like, Barbara put me through hell. Like, I had no choice but to fucking survive it, and here I am, stronger than ever. But it's like, you know, like, I forgive Barbara for putting me through hell, even though she didn't have to, and she had no reason to put me through hell. But that's what she did, you know, like, her promising that we'll always be together, and then not sticking to her promise, and, like, this is fucking hell to me, because I love my Barbara, and she'll always be my Barbara, because, like, we had the miscarriage first, and I held her in my arms as she cried and bled out our baby. You know what I mean? Like the first miscarriage, like when she bled, there was like so much blood in that pot of the pan there. We cried in front of the doctor together because, you know, we really wanted our child. And like, we wanted a child together and a family together so much that we had Drayton after our miscarriage. We can be a family together right now. It just blows my mind the way she sees the world, because like, we'll go through couples counseling, marriage counseling, whatever she wants, whatever it takes to grow together. She's a bad person. Look, alright, look, you gotta go through court with your baby mothers if they're gonna fucking push their muscle using your baby. If they're using your baby against you, go to family court. That's my advice for you today. I have work today. I only have like 1 day off per week, which I mean, I'm thankful for, actually. You know what I mean? Like, I'm thankful to have these hours to be able to go out and pay my rent and buy some good food for, you know what I mean? Like, and like, you know, all that, like, I'm so fucking thankful for my job and stuff like that. I just wish that Barbara and I could be a family together like she promises, or that Roxanne and I could be a family together and raise a daughter together, or that Sydney and I could be a family together. But I live in this hell where people can promise one another things, but they always break their promises. And I know that everybody gives up on everybody, and they're the proof. It's just like, I know that we're born into this life alone, and I know that we die alone. I just really expected more from Barbara. You know, like, she swore that we'll always be together and we'll raise a family together, and we can get married today. I expected more from her promise. I'll always want our family together is her exact words. I'm like, our family can be together right now, like she says, like she swore. Like her manipulations said, like she manipulated me to having a baby with her. And like, we can be a family right fucking now, like she promises in her manipulations. But she's a liar. And I just, like, everybody lies, right? But she lies when it counts, right? Like, our families can be together, and but yes, again, to fucking stamp on my old advice again, like, you gotta go to family court and you gotta get visitation rights. And that's the only way you're gonna see your babies regularly without your baby mothers tripping on you when they get mad at you, or whenever they feel like they have a bad day and they want to take it out on you by not letting you see your child. Like, they can't do that if you have visitation. You know, they got your back, right? Like, if you got a legal team who has your back and you're supposed to see your son or daughter that weekend, they can't say shit. I love Barbara Marsh. I love Roxanne Biggity. I love Darian Walker. I love all of my baby mamas, and all of my baby mothers and I, like, any one of them and I can be a family together right now. But we're all crazy. Not just them. We're all crazy. Like, I'm one of those guys who, like, can go through marriage counseling, couples counseling, and grow and evolve with somebody. But, like, they just keep pulling these excuses why we can't grow and evolve, why we can't, you know, like, be a family and, like, go through marriage counseling and all that stuff. Like, they just keep pulling these excuses why we can't. And, like, I know that, like, the way I railed them and, like, had a really, like, you know, like, the way we made the baby, and, like, I gave them passionate love and all that stuff, gave them orgasms around the clock, like, all of that stuff, that, like, the cuddling, the intimacy, all of the movies that we watched, all the times we made out, all the times I ate her pussy out until she fucking came. Like, all of those fucking times, she wants all of that with somebody else. She wants to be railed from behind by some other guy, and I can't argue with that. That's what she wants. She's an adult. She gets to choose whatever she wants. It's such a whore move, because she promises that we'll always be a family, but it's just, you know, like I gave them what they wanted. All of my baby mothers, I gave them orgasms, and they conceived our child because of the orgasm sucking in my cum. Does that make sense? That's how fucking babies are made. Anyways, I love all of my baby mothers. I love Barbara Marsh. I love Roxanne Biggity. I love Darian Walker. And we can raise our children together today. But I realize now that we have no choice but to go through family court, because all of them, they want to pull power trips on me by using our children against me to hurt me. You know what I mean? So that's my life. Other than that, I got work to do today. I got a shift. I fucking love working there. And like, I got poker and I got music, and now I have to save up for lawyers. Like each court process is probably going to be around like $1,500 each. Maybe I can find a lawyer who does a good deal, you know, like 3 baby mamas for the price of 2, you know what I mean, something like that. But I hope you all have a good day. I'm sorry if some of this was a downer, but if some of this brought you up or some of this gave you some insight, then that's what it's here for. Go see a lawyer if you're a single baby daddy today and you're like, oh, we can get back together and stuff like that. Just go see a lawyer anyway and fucking get your visitation rights and do the good dad thing. Like that's what I wanted to do from the start, but I was too young at the time. Like, I fucking hated cops. I fucking hated the legal system and stuff like that when I was younger, right? Like, I never in a million years ever wanted to call the cops, but she fucking called the cops on me, so I had no choice but to call the cops on her. So it's like, but that was just a strategy, right? That was a strategic move that I had to make to cover my own ass in terms of family court in the future and all of that jazz. So anyways, thank you so much for listening. This helps me more than it helps you to most of the time. That's what's gonna happen for the most of the time whenever I make these videos. For the most part, it's to help me see things in perspective for my own life. And afterwards, after thinking about this over and over, and like, it helps me make the right decision for my life. And I want a good life. I want freedom, health, wealth, right? Like, and I want a family. I want a wife. I want to get married. I want to raise kids under the same roof. Like, I want all of that. So here's my plan. For the next 4 years, I'm going to keep the job that I got, if I can, if possible. And then while those 4 years are happening, get training to go be like a cop or like work for Hydro or something like that. Something a bit more career-wise that my babies can be like, hi, my dad's a cop, or like, hey, my dad's, something that my babies will be proud of ultimately. So I have 4 years to figure out what exactly my career is going to be. And then after those 4 years, I'll have 30 years left to work before I retire. And for those 30 years, I'll be working a career that I choose from now until 4 years from now. So that's my plan for a lot of my life. Like, that's a lot of my personal stuff, and I'm okay with that. Like share all of me. You know what I mean? Like, have me all. Like, I only get one life. You can, I only get one life, so I'm here to share myself with you before I'm gone. And this is just a part of my life, going through court battles and all of that stuff. I love all of my baby mothers, and we can always be a family together. Like Barbara Marsh and I, we can be together right now, raising our son together. Roxanne Biggity and I, we can be together right now, raising our daughter together. Darian Walker and I, we can be together right now, raising our daughter together. But, like, they're so spiteful, and like, once they choose hate, they can't get out of that hate. That's who they are, you know what I mean? Like, I'm ready to grow and evolve and take all of these like marriage counseling trips with them if that's what they want, you know what I mean? Like if Barb, like I told Barb I'd fucking marry her and we'll take fucking couples counseling, marriage counseling, whatever the fuck she wants. But it's like, they don't want to grow and evolve as much as I do, like, it's just, and I can't hold that against them, Either way, all I know is that I love my baby mothers. I'm going through court for them, and I love my babies so much that I'm actually going to choose a regular type of career within the community that I exist. I fucking love Selkirk. This is my city, and this is where I built. This is my city. I fucking love it. Like, like, it's our city. Like, everybody who's here is our city. But what I mean is, like, it's my birth town, where I was born, and where I'm going to build something worth building for my babies to have when they grow up. Anyways, thank you so much for listening. These types of events, for me, Like it really helps me see things in perspective, especially when I listen to them again and see how kind of off the handle for some of the parts I express are, and at the same time how calm I can be during the other situations. And reflecting on what to do is, you know what I mean? Like, I want to make the right decisions for myself, for my baby mothers, and for our babies. Like, those are the most important people in the world to me. Like, do they know that? I hope they know that. Like, I hope Barbara knows that she's the most important person in the world to me. I hope Roxanne knows that she's the most important person in the world to me. I hope that Sydney knows she's the most important person in the world to me. I hope that my babies, all three of my babies, they're the most important people in the world to me. Like, they're important to me. I love them, and like, you know, like, I'm here for them, and like, you know, I'll do whatever it takes. I'll be, you know, like, I'm here to work. I'm here to do it. And I'm sorry this video is running on long. I'm super passionate about Barbara and Roxanne and Sydney, and like, I wish we are together, you know, like, I wish Barbara and I could be under the same roof, raising our son like she promised forever. And it's all I can think about. I want to keep venting that over and over. Can Barbara, Marsh, and I please be together, raise our son together, and be a family? Like, it's up to her, right? Like she can choose to grow and evolve with me, or she can choose to stay in her hatred cycle, which is not evolution, you know? I don't know. I love my baby mothers and I love my babies. Thank you for listening. Go to family court if you got baby mama issues, and good luck today. Thank you. Hey, what's up? How's it going? It's good to talk to you again. So here we are at part number 3. So part number 1 was about how Sydney called the cops on me first, and I had no choice but to call the cops on her, and because of her actions. Call the cops, right? Like, all I did was ask for my daughter, and then when she said that I'll never see her, I told her that we're gonna go through lawyers and stuff like that. That was baby mama drama part 1, and that's the only fucking reason we ever had to bring in the cops in the first place, was because she called them, and I told her I wasn't going to charge her until she brought in the cops. And that's a fair move, right? That's a fair move. A lot of people are on board with it. I talked to a lot of people, they're like, hey, you did the right fucking thing. Like, I wasn't going to go to them, but she decided to bring them into our lives. So that is what that is. And, you know, we're gonna go to court, yes. Sydney and I are gonna go to court for multiple things, it looks like. But yeah, that's fun. Anyways, and then baby mama drama part 2 was about Barbara never letting me see my son, which is true. She never fucking lets me see my son, and like, our family can be together right now. Like, Barbara and I, we can be together right now. We can raise our son together right now, like she promises. And she promised me that we'll always be a family together, but she also promised Kyle that she'll be with Kyle forever. She has a tattoo with Kyle, or Kyle has a tattoo of her, and it's just like, and then like, she also promised Mike that they'll be together forever, and she has a tattoo with Mike, so it's just like, you know, she's a whore. She can't fucking, like, I'm sorry, that's a blunt term. I shouldn't say that term, but she's one of those people that can't commit to a relationship. She has to jump on another dick. She has to give excuses to leave one dick behind so that she can go jump on another dick. But that's just how she is. Like, our family can be together right now, and I would be faithful to her for all of our lives, and we would raise our son. But that's neither here nor there, because she's a whore. But that's Barbara, and our son knows that about her. Like, our son is going to know that it's her fault that we're not together. Like, we can be together right fucking now. Like, she swore we'll always be together. We had a miscarriage, and then we had our son. We both were on purpose. Both were absolutely on purpose with the intention of making a family, and we can be a family today. But she was a trap. Barbara is a trap. She swore to me we'll always be together. We can be together right now. We can go get a marriage license. Like I said, they're right down the street. But she's a trap. She just wants me to pay her child support and then raise the child on her own and then pat herself on the back, and then she wants to label me as Dina, like her mother that abandoned her. Like, her father, John Marsh, took care of her as a single parent without Dina around, because Dina abandoned her family unit the way Barbara abandons her family unit today. So like, I love Barbara Marsh. Our family can be together today. I love Sydney Walker. If she wants to raise our baby together, yeah, we can. But you know, like Sydney brought in the cops, and Barbara said, no, I can't see my son every fucking time I've asked for our son. And like, now I just need to get this off my chest. Roxanne, that's like my second baby mother of the three. Like it goes Barbara, Roxanne, and then Sydney, right? Like those, we had a son together, Barbara and I. We had a daughter together, Roxanne and I, and we had a daughter together, Sydney and I. Now the thing with Roxanne, the thing about Roxanne is like, she swore that we'll always be friends with a kid, and this week I asked her for our child, and she got really mad at me because we had a misunderstanding. I was going to ask for our daughter today because I was depressed on November 1st because Barbara wouldn't let me have our son on November 1st, and I wanted to hang out with my son and my daughter at the same time, and it made me depressed that I couldn't hang out with both of them at the same time because Barbara's such a fucking manipulative, lying whore. And it's just like, anyways. So Roxanne is mad at me, and like she said before, we don't have to go through lawyers and all that. That's what Roxanne said. But after the way she acts, like now that she's mad at me, she's not letting me contact her. She's not letting me contact my daughter, and she's not letting, like I could take my daughter today. Like I asked Roxanne, can I have my daughter yesterday night was Monday, and I asked her if I could have her until Wednesday. Today's Tuesday, right? Like, but again, she's ignoring all of my messages and all of my calls because she's having this self-righteous fucking moment where it's like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not a bad guy. I'm here to raise babies with you. Like, I'm supposed to be the man in my daughter's life who hugs those hooker shoes right off of her. You know what I mean? Like I don't want any of my daughters to ever be on the fucking pole or anything like that. I gotta hug those hooker boots right off of them. You know what I mean? Like, I gotta make sure that they grow up into nice women who, like, you know, have good jobs and a good future and a good life, and they can take care of themselves, right? That's my goal, right? To make sure that they can take care of themselves by the time they're 18. But anyways, Baby Mama Drama Part 3. So it looks like, even though Roxanne said that we don't have to go to court in order for me to see my daughter, it looks like we're gonna have to go to court now because she's ignoring me. She's not like answering me. We're supposed to be a team, right? Like that's what she said. We're gonna be a team, and she's like, I'm not like your fucking other baby mothers who are bitches. And I was like, just like I know that I know that all of my baby mothers are spiteful and bitches, for lack of a better word, because like they're fucking mean to me, and like all the love that I give them is never reciprocated. Like, I love Barbara. Would she ever fucking reciprocate that love the way she promised that she'll always reciprocate that love? No, because she's a bitch and a whore. But it's just like, you know what I mean? Like, I have to be nice though. I have to say it in a nice way. She's promiscuous, and she gave up on her family for her own personal reasons, which I know are to just jump on other cock. You know what I mean? Like, that's ultimately it. Like, we can be together right now. Like, everybody's equal, right? So it's like we can be together right now. So it's just, I don't know what the fucking big deal is. She just keeps pulling these excuses out of these fucking hats, but you know, she wants different flavors. That's it. She wants different flavors of different men. And that's who she is as a person. It's just like, once she gets bored of one flavor, she goes to another flavor and to another flavor. But it's just like, that's who Barbara is as a person, and I can't hold that against her. I want to be like, oh, why the fuck did you tell me that you can commit to a family, which is ours, which we created, but she can't? You know what I mean? Like, why did she tell me that she can, but she can't commit to the family? Like, right? Like, that part pisses me off. And like, the fact that Sydney didn't tell me that we had a baby together for the first 5 months of my child's life, that is the biggest lying fucking move. Like, I look at myself and I look at my baby mamas, right? My baby mamas say they don't want to be with me for certain reasons or whatever. Like, I'm crazy is what they say, and the fact that I'm sharing myself online is what makes me crazy, right? Like, but other than that, like, what do they have against me? What, I made love to them and I love them, right? Like, I treat them with respect whenever we're together. Like, I do my best for them and I give them love. Do they ever reciprocate that to me? No. That all they do is they choose hate, and it is a choice. It is totally 100% a choice to hate on their baby daddy. That's what it is. Like it's 100% a choice. And the reason I'm like, it sounds like I'm hating on them, But I'm just saying what they did. Like, Barbara and I, we can be together right now. What she did was promise me that we'll always be a family and then give up on her family like Dina gave up on her family. And now she's just jumping from cock to cock. And I'm saying that because she has a tattoo with Kyle. I'm saying that because she has a tattoo with Mike. I'm saying that because she has like Brandon and all that fucking, like, there's so many different people that she's juggling and fucking seeing at the same time. It's just like, it's fucking gross. Like, I'm sorry, Drayton, that your mom's a whore. But it's just like, that's Barbara. And like, Sydney wants to be railed by other guys. Like, I can't say whatever, you know, that she's an adult. She gets to choose who rails her and gives her orgasms. Like, I gave her those orgasms to have a baby, and she asked me for a baby, right? And she asked me, hey, can I have your baby there? And I said, yeah, fucking rights, you could have my baby. And sure enough, she got pregnant with my baby, and she had her baby, and she didn't fucking tell me until 5 months later. I had to ask her, hey, is that my baby? Is that my baby? Over and over, I had to ask her, is that my baby? Then she comes to my work and fucking assaults me, scratches my eye, fucking my boss sees everything. And it's just, that's what started all of this baby mama drama. And like, this third part, this is the last part that I'm going to talk about for a while right now, but this third part is just stamping on those other 2 points. Gotta go to family court against these people that I love. Like, I love them, but they'll never show me the love that I show them. Like, I would fucking bend over backwards for them, give them all of my money in my wallet right fucking now. I would fucking do anything for them. But they would never, ever, ever show the same love that I've shown them. That's who they are. Like, they promised me that they could do that for a long time, forever. And they promised me that we could be friends and civil. But they can't. They can't do that. Because their emotions get in the way. Because they all love me. They love me for giving them our child. And that will never die because I gave them their child. And that's 50% me, right? That DNA, hello, that's me. And I just want to say, like, the love that I give them, it will never be reciprocated in the way that I would prefer, in the way that they promised me that we'll always be together forever, or the way that we promised that we'll always be friends and raise kids together. Like, that, those promises that they promised me, they're not going to be able to keep that because of who they are as people. And I can't hold that against them because they're going to keep talking trash about my name behind my back with their friends. And like, I'm going to have people like Rebecca and Salita fucking, Barb says this, blah, 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 blah. It's like, but they know that our family can be together right now. Like, I'm certain that I've convinced them that yes, our family can be together right now. And I'm certain that Barbara knows our family can be together right now. Like, I'm 100% certain that everybody fucking knows this. But everybody also knows that Barb is too big of a whore to commit to our family. And I know whore is a blunt word. Like I shouldn't say whore because that's a person who has sex for money. But, you know, like the fact that I'm paying her child support instead of raising the family with her kind of makes it a whore move, right? But it's just like we can be together right now and I wouldn't have to be paying child support. I would just be paying the rent and buying the food that goes on the table, and I would be buying, you know, internet, all that shit, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I'd do all of that with Barbara. But she doesn't want to do that. She wants to be her father. She wants to be her dad and be like, oh yeah, I'm such a good single parent. The way her dad was always like, oh, I'm such a good single parent. Your mother left us. Hate your mother, Barbara. Like, that's what she's training my son to do subconsciously, whether she recognizes it or not. She's training my son to hate me. And at the same time, my expression of how things are like how things are going down, like when my son watches this stuff later in the future, he's going to realize how shallow Barbara's excuses were compared to how deep my passion is for our family being together, because our family can be together right now, but Barb's too shallow and too much of a whore to be a family together. And my son's going to recognize that one day. And like, I hope it doesn't scar him the way it scars me. But like, who knows, right? Okay, but my point of Baby Mama Drama Part 3 is stamping on the old points. If you got a baby mama, you gotta go through court. And the reason I'm bringing this video to light is because I've been trying to get a hold of Roxanne all fucking week. I want to see my daughter. She can bring my daughter over tonight, and my daughter can sleep in my arms tonight. But Roxanne's ignoring me like she said that she wouldn't. She's not letting me see my daughter like she said that she wouldn't. So I'm gonna have to go to family court for Barbara, because Barbara's a lying, manipulative whore who said that our family will always be together and we can be together right fucking now, but she also won't let me see my son, so I have to go to family court with Barbara. I have to go to family court with Roxanne because she won't communicate with me unless she's happy with me. If she's upset with me, I'm dead to Roxanne. But if Roxanne's happy with me or neutral, then I can talk to her. So I have to go to court because when Roxanne is mad at me, I still want to see my daughter, whether Roxanne's feeling happy or sad or not. So like, I know I have to go to the court because Roxanne is ignoring me right now. That's part of Baby Mama Drama number 3. And then like for Sydney, like we weren't going to involve cops ever. Like we weren't going to involve the legal system. We weren't going to do that. And then she said that I'll never have my child. And then I said, okay, well, we have no choice but to go through the court systems because I want to integrate myself into my daughter's life and be there for her. And then as soon as I said we're going through court, that's when she called the cops on me for bullshit, for no reason. And then like, I practiced my rights to fucking charge her because she called the cops on me first over nothing. I told her that we're going to go to court over family court, right? And then she called the cops. We did not have to involve the cops whatsoever. I was not going to involve the cops. And then sure enough, like, as soon as she called the cops, I have no choice but to like put that on record because of the fact that like she wants to play that route. She wants to go down the route of using cops and playing that fucking hardball game. And like, the only reason I had to put that the fact that she assaulted me at work on October 6th at 4 p.m., the only reason I had to fucking put that on the record is because she called the cops, and it's a fucking strategic move as far as I am going for my family court in the future, because I want to see my daughter, and I know that Sydney's violent and mean and fucking a drug addict and stuff like that, but it's like, you know what I mean? Like, I still respect her, she can still have her daughter, whatever. It's just like, I want to see my daughter at least like once a month at least or something, you know, like I made her too. She asked me for a daughter and I helped her give her a daughter. Like that's what I did. I helped all of my baby mothers achieve exactly what they wanted. Barbara said, we'll always be a family together. So I created a family with her and for her. We can be a family together right now. But looks like I'm looking for a 4th baby mama, and that's the truth. Because like, I look at my baby mothers now, and like the way they like say that, oh, I'll never be with Darren again and all that stuff like that, like, don't they realize that I can turn the tables and find points and reasons to not be with them? Like, don't they get that? Like, don't they get that they're not perfect too? Like, I can be like, oh, hey, Barb's a liar, so I don't need to be with a liar. Oh, hey, Sydney told me that she had a miscarriage and then told me our baby was alive 5 months after she was born. Oh, she's definitely a liar and a cheater because she did cheat on me when we were together. And like they're not perfect. Like, and Roxanne, like, she told me she cheated like a bunch of times. Like these people, they're not perfect, but they try to make themselves seem perfect when they're hating on me. And like, I still love them. I would still be with either one of them. And like, I know they're not perfect. I know I'm not perfect. And I know that like, in order to achieve a certain level of perfection and this like, you know, this certain level of like communicating healthily in a relationship where we're teammates, I know that we'd have to go to like marriage counseling and couples counseling, and I'm totally okay with that. But like, they just keep pulling these excuses. Like, I'm beautiful, right? I'm a nice man. I'm handsome, smart, talented. I make music. I play poker. I go to work. I have work today. I didn't have to work today. I took a shift today because my daughter and I were like, we're supposed to hang out today, is what I was thinking. My daughter was going to come over, but Roxanne's not talking to me. So it's like, I took another shift today because like money, right? So it's like I'm a good dude. I'm just trying to create a life. Like, I want to work for the next 4 years with the job I got, and then for the next 30 years after that 4 years working the job that I got, I want to be in a career that I can work for the next 30 years of my life until I'm 65. And then, yeah, that's that. And like, while I'm doing that, I'll be looking after my son, my 2 daughters, and I'm looking for a 4th baby mama. So like, one day I'm going to have another child, most likely, and like hopefully, like I've been looking for a wife to marry and have a same roof underneath and like have a mortgage together and stuff like that. So hopefully my fourth baby mother is like Barbara to a certain extent. Like Barbara promised we'll always be a family and have a mortgage and marriage and stuff like that together, but like I want my fourth baby mother to actually mean what she says. Like Barbara promised that we'll always be together, but I want my fourth baby mama to actually be like, hey, I promise we'll always be together, we'll work things out, we'll evolve and grow together, and we'll raise our son or daughter together, whoever we create together, right? Like that's what I want from a fourth baby mama, because my first baby mother is a dud. Like, she's a fucking dud. Like, nobody is perfect in this life. Nobody. Fucking pick somebody. Is Trump perfect? No, Donald Trump's not perfect. Like, I can't hold that against him. He's not right president. I have no idea. Like, whatever. You know what I mean? Politics is politics. Justin Trudeau, is he perfect? Fuck no. It's like, you know, go find this perfect guy that you're looking for, Barbara. Go fucking find him. Go fucking find him, because I'm doing my best. I'm trying to work my ass off. Go to fucking the keg and see what you find. You know what I mean? Like, all right, anyways. But, yeah, Baby Mama Drama Part 3. I'm gonna have to take Roxanne to court. I didn't think I'd have to take her to court, but that's what I'm stomping on. Just letting you know again that that's what we gotta do as baby daddies. We gotta protect our own asses by protecting our freedom against these baby mothers that want to hate on us and take our freedoms away. Like, Barbara wants me to suffer. Like, here's what I contributed it to. This is just an idea. All three of my baby mothers, I put them through that painful labor process, either of a C-section or a long labor journey, right? And my theory is, because of the pain that I caused them through fucking having to change their bodies, that their bodies changed when they had our babies. Their bodies went through a lot when they had our babies. Their pregnancy and their labor, their postpartum depression, all that. They're taking it out on me. That's my theory. And I'm okay with that. That's my test, right? Like I asked God at the beginning, right? Like I know there's a God now. Like since Sydney told me that baby is mine, whether that baby is mine biologically or not, that was the sign I was asking for by God. I was like, if you exist, God, then Sydney will tell me that baby is mine, whether that baby is or isn't, right? So it's like, and that was the sign I've been searching for all my life. And now I know there's a God. I don't know how God works though. Like I have no idea. Like it doesn't work the Bible way. Fuck no. If it worked the Bible way, everybody would pray for good lives and we'd all have good lives, right? So I know that the Bible's not true, and I know that like the Quran's not true, and like I know that they're metaphors and like based on certain stories, from realistic stories that we can learn from. But as far as God goes, there are billions of species, not just people. There are billions of species that God has to fucking take care of too. So like when you're praying for $1,000, you know, some fucking dung beetle across the world is fucking praying for a big piece of poop to fucking eat. Well, you're praying for, you know, your good health. Some zebra in the world is praying not to be fucking eaten by a lion. You know, there's like a lot to it. And then there's free will, and then free will might even be an illusion too. Like what I'm doing right now is my free will, but all of the things that brought me to this point in my life to make me vent like this, that was probably out of my control to a certain extent and part of the plan, right? So it's really confusing being this person who feels that, yeah, there's a God, and at the same time who feels like Barbara and I could be together and we can raise our family together, who feels like Roxanne and I could be together, we can raise our family together, and feels like Sydney and I could be together, but we can raise our family together. But like none of them have that forgiveness and perseverance to do a lifelong relationship that seems so surreal, right? Like those fucking long-term relationships, those 50-year anniversaries that you hear about, like those are such a long shot, right? Like that's what I wanted with Barbara. That's what I wanted with Roxanne. That's what I wanted with Sydney. I wanted a 50-year anniversary together, marriage, all that stuff, raising babies. Like I wanted that all, but that's not what they want, right? So it's like people want different things, and that's when people go apart. Barb wants to jump on different cocks, so we grew apart. And like we can be together right now. You already know this. But anyways, Baby Mama Drama Part 3, right? So this is where I'm gonna stop the Baby Mama Chronicles for now, because I gotta take them all through court. So I'm gonna start keeping information to myself in terms of baby mothers to a certain degree anyway. I'm still gonna vent that, you know, Barbara and I can be together, we can be a family. And I'm still gonna vent that Roxanne and Sydney don't let me see my girls. I'm still gonna vent on Barbara's birthday. I'm gonna still tell her I love her, and I'm gonna give her flowers on her birthday. I don't give a fuck. Like that's my baby mother. That's my Barbara. Like, we promised that we'll always be together forever. Just because she broke her promise doesn't mean that I'm gonna stop loving her, like my promise to love her forever, okay? Like, she promised to love me forever, but I'm not breaking my promise to not, you know, like I'm gonna love her forever. That's my promise to Barbara. I love you forever, Barbara. You promised that to me. You can't keep your promise, but I keep mine. I fucking love you forever, Barbara, no matter what. Now, let's see. My day today, I'm gonna play some poker, gonna play some music, gonna work out, gonna, you know, like, I'm gonna have a good day. I'm gonna have a good day, and I have a shift today, which I already fucking spent the money. It's so frustrating when you like, when you take an extra shift, but you already spent the money that you took the extra shift for. Like today I spent the money knowing that I would work off whatever I spent today by taking the extra shift today. Like, today was one of my day offs. So I took today to spend money today, right? So it's like, but what's frustrating about that is like, I didn't work for the money yet, in terms of like I mean, I've been working for like last couple months and just giving her, and like mostly like 6 days a week and stuff like that. But it's like this particular part though, so I'm going financially crazy, and I have to find a way up. You know what I mean? Like, without selling drugs, even though I want to, I would love to sell drugs right now. I'd love to go out and buy a scale and start weighing up weed and cocaine and fucking, you know, giving it to people that are going to do it anyway. They're going to do it anyway. And like, you know what I mean? Like, if I could make a buck off of it, that would be awesome. But it's like, we live in a society of law, and I'm not going to do that. And I don't judge other people that do that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you're selling coke and you're selling marijuana right now, good for you. Good for you. That's lucrative in terms of money, right? Just don't get hooked on your own supply. Enjoy your life, whatever. And, you know, like, when I said that I wanted to be a coke dealer to my first baby mother, she said that she'll fucking disown me and never be with me and stuff like that if I ever became a coke dealer. So I never became a coke dealer, because like Barbara was like, I'll never date a coke dealer because of my son. I'll never be with a coke dealer because of my son. Like, all self-righteous like that, you know? But then she ended up dating a coke dealer anyway. God, she's a whore. Okay, anyways, Baby Mama Drama Part 3 is like, I love all of my baby mothers, even though like I know they're promiscuous. They're only giving up on our relationship so that they can jump on other cock and like create different babies with other people and all that shit. Even though like we can be together right now. Like, if Barbara wanted to be together and have more babies with me, fuck yeah, let's have more babies, Barbara. I love you so fucking much. We can get married. And it's like, but the same goes with Roxanne too. Like, I would raise our daughter, and Roxanne has a daughter too, right? So like, I would raise her daughter as my own. You know, I'd raise her as my stepdaughter if we were to get married right now and all that. And like, same with Sydney right now. Like, I would, like, if she wanted to be a family and raise our daughter together, yeah, no problem, absolutely, let's do it. Let's go get married right fucking now. But it's like, that's not what they're looking for from a lifetime. Like, in this, you get one lifetime, right? If they were looking for that from a lifetime, I'm right here. I offer that to them. I gave them exactly what they wanted. They asked me for a baby. They all asked me for a baby. All three of my baby mothers, each one of them asked me for a baby. And I gave them a baby. So like, if they were to ask me for a marriage, I would give them a marriage. You know, like, I love all of my baby mothers and I love our babies. And I'm going to enjoy the rest of my day. And I'm pretty much done with this baby mama drama because I just have to go through the court system. I don't have to talk to any one of my baby mothers anymore ever again, unless it's like through the legal system and all that stuff, right? Like, in terms of lawyers and seeing my son and two daughters. because like Barb's too fucking simple to let me see my son when I ask, and Roxanne gets too mad. She flies off the handle. Like the next time I talk to Roxanne is probably not going to be until either Christmas or 2021, because that's what she does. She gets angry and she fucking cuts everyone out of her life. She had her first baby daddy. She hates on her first baby daddy so much, and she says to me that it's up to her first baby daddy to jump through all of the hoops it takes to see his own daughter. And like, nobody wants to do that. Like, I don't want to jump through the hoops that they're making me jump through. I'm only taking them to court because I don't want to jump through their hoops. So I mean, to Roxanne's other baby daddy, if you're watching this somehow, dude, take Roxanne to family court so you can see your daughter. She's fucking cool, okay? Like, I loved her like my own daughter when I was with Roxanne. Your daughter's fucking awesome. Go see her. Fuck, this pisses me off, but I love all of my baby mamas. I love my babies. I love myself. I'm gonna say it. I fucking love myself. Yeah, we should, right? Like, we only get one body, we get one life. You should love yourself. And if not now, when, right? Like, and if not, who? You, right? Like, we get one life, man. And love yourself. Love your baby mamas if you got baby mamas. Love your babies if you got babies. And, you know, I'm gonna go to work, enjoy myself. I'm gonna live it up, have a couple of jokes at work, you know, like nothing too big, because like I'm a pretty professional kind of guy, even though it's not one of those jobs that you're like, you know, it's not a big job or anything like that. It's a job, right? Like that's what people tell me. Like, I'm proud of it, but like other people would be like, oh, it's just a job, right? Like things like, it's one of those, you know? Yeah, you know. But like, I love my job though, like I do. And if I have any advice for the universe, because I've been given advice for the baby mamas thing, like I said, go to family court, do what you gotta do. Anything to see your babies, because like, if I don't see my babies now, they're going to raise my babies into hating me. Whether they do it directly or indirectly or consciously or subconsciously, the way they feel about me is going to project onto my children on how to feel about me. So like, I understand that it's going to be a rocky road if I don't go to family court. So I'm going to go to family court. That's going to smooth things over, and Drayton's going to know that his mom's too much of a whore for her to keep a family together. Like, and then when he grows up, he'll know to not trust somebody as much as I trusted Barbara, because I trusted Barbara to always be with me and to always grow with me and always make a family with me and stuff like that, the way she promised the whole fucking time when we were having a baby. And like, you know, like my daughter Lavina's gonna know that, like, you know, Roxanne's pretty off the handle, like, because like they're gonna argue a lot when they grow up, that's for damn sure. Like, and like eventually my daughter's going to know that, hey, daddy tries to be there, I'm trying to be there, I love you, Lavina, I'm trying to fucking be in your life right now, I would have you right now if Roxanne would talk to me. But you'll learn that later on in life. And then Cameron, you know, your mother didn't tell me about you until 5 months into your life. And I love you. I want to be there for you. And I'm sorry that your mother is a liar. But it's like, I will always be there for you. I will always love you, and I will do my best. I'm going to go to work for you right now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I love you, my babies. If you're watching this in the future, I love all of my babies. I'm sorry that the baby mama drama that I had with your mothers and stuff like that. Like, I'm sorry that it broke away your family. Like, our families could be together right now. Like Drayton, Barbara, and I, we can be together right now, and we can raise you together right now. But she's too much of a whore to do that. Okay, like, and that's the word I'm choosing, because it's like, there's no other way to define that action that she did. Like, her words were, hey, I'll always want our family together, hey, let's have a baby together, hey, we'll always be a family, we'll go through marriage counseling, all that stuff. And then when we had our son, that's when she gave up, because she was a trap. So I'm sorry, Drayton, that your mom is that person, but she never wanted family in the first place, even though she says she does. She never wanted family in the first fucking place. Because she's like her mother. Like your grandmother Dina walked out on Barbara. So don't hold that against her, okay? Don't hold that against her. And don't hold my absence against me. Hold it against your mother. Hold my absence against your goddamn mother, because we can be a family right now. But I guess love both your parents, son. Listen to your mom. But yeah, anyways. To my daughters, both of my daughters, just listen to you. Hello, how's it going? It's a fucking dark night for me. Really fucking lonely right now. Thinking about suicide, obviously. But I know I can't do it. I know I cannot kill myself. So I have to think about something else, right? To do something else to keep busy. Things like that. But the reason I'm telling you this is to try help you too in the future. Think about it. When you feel suicidal like I'm doing right now, like I feel like fucking killing myself. And the reason is quite simple. Barbara, Marsh, and I are supposed to be a family like she promises. We can be a family right now. We can be in the same bed, under the same roof, raising our son like she promised. And that breaks my heart every fucking day I wake up. And like, she did promise. Like, she promised me that we'll always be a family together. And then, you know, she like promised Mike that they'll always be together. She has a tattoo with him. She promised Kyle that they'll always be together. She's got a tattoo of, like, she's such a whore. Like, for real. Like, Drayton, if you're watching this, yes, your mom is a whore. I'm sorry. That's one of the reasons I want to kill myself. And when you get older, you'll eventually meet a woman that you want to kill yourself over. Don't do it. Don't ever fucking kill yourself over a woman. Like there are 8 billion people and like billions of women sexier than Barbara, smarter than Barbara, more talented than Barbara. Like, I realize this, like, but I only want Barbara, you know? But it's still fucking frustrating, like a motherfucker. And it's like, it would be so nice to not ever have to think about her ever again, and the only way to do that is to kill myself, because I'm gonna love her for as long as I'm alive, like she promised me. Only I can keep my promise, you know? Like, her promises are filled with lies, and she promises everybody that they'll be together forever and all that shit. But I mean it, you know? Like Barbara, Drayton, and I can be a family right this instant. Like, she lives over there, right? That building in the background, Tyro right over there, like fuck. If she wanted, we can be a family right fucking now. But she's too much of a whore to keep her promise, you know? And that's just how some people are. In fact, I'm not gonna lie to you, son, if you're watching this, that's how most people are. Like, you'll meet somebody and they'll tell you forever, but only the rare few can keep that kind of promise. Like, I'm one of those people that can meet a woman, promise her forever, and mean it. Like, Barbara and I, we can be together forever, like she says, like she promises. And I mean it. For real. We can. Right now. We can go get a marriage license. We can fucking raise our family. We could have more babies. All of it. But she's too big of a whore to commit to our relationship that she originally told me that she was going to commit to forever. Bottom line. That's the fucking bottom line. So, like, son, when you grow up, don't trust women as much as I do. Like, I trusted your mother, Barbara, to always keep our family together because she swore to me that she didn't want to be like her mother, Dina, who fucking walked out on her. But she became her mom, Dina, by destroying our family. So it's like, you know, like, when you meet the right woman, son, she'll probably lie to you. But that, you know, like, it's still worth it. Like, for real, like, it's worth the fact that we have you, son, from Barbara's lie. And like Barbara's lie was, hey, we'll always be a family together, give me a baby. That was like basically her fucking lie, right? Like, the only reason I gave her a son is because she asked me, and she said that we'll always be a family together. She said that no matter what, we'll always work things out, we'll always find a way. Like a real fucking family does. And that's the only way to be a real family, is to fucking find a way and persevere together, right? Yes. Like John Marsh, Dina, and Barb could have been a family together if they stuck together and persevered and got through it all, right? Like Barbara and I can. And we can too. We can go through marriage counseling, whatever the fuck it takes to stay together and work things out. Like, we can do that. Like, yeah, it'll be hard. It's a challenge. All of life is a fucking challenge. So it's like, don't tell me that it'll be hard, Barbara, because I already know that. Don't you get that? Like, there are billions of fucking women in the world. I choose you, Barbara, out of all the fucking billions. And you're the most fucking difficult of them all. I love you so fucking much. Will you ever reciprocate that love and be like, hey, this guy gave me a fucking son. The son that I have is 50% like him. I love him too. You know what I mean? Like, you promised and you swore to love me forever. And now I'm here thinking about fucking drugs and shit like that. Like, here's what I want to do. I probably won't, because I'm a nice guy and I'm a good guy. Like, I want to fucking do hard drugs. Like, I'm not a hard drug kind of guy, right? Like, I'm only addicted to pot. But like, I literally want to fucking grab some fentanyl or some heroin and like join Cassandra. You know, like, I would love to be dead with Cassandra right now. Like her story is like she had a baby with Dale, and then my sister stole Dale away from her family. Like, that was Cassandra, Dale, and like Charlotte were a family together. And then my sister stole Dale away from Cassandra. And then Cassandra went really downhill into using drugs like all the fucking time until she fucking killed herself. And I see why. It's exactly why I would love to fucking do hard drugs right now. So that I can fucking forget about my Barbara. The way she had to the way Cassandra had to forget about Dale and Charlotte and that whole family aspect together. You know, because like my sister fucking stole her fucking baby daddy, and they were best friends. My sister was best friends with Cassandra, and then she stole her fucking baby daddy, and then everything just went downhill for her. Like, and the fucked up thing is, like, my sister told Cassandra to stay away from me, and then like a couple months later she had a baby with Dale. But if my sister didn't say, you know, like if my sister, you know, gave us a blessing, then I probably would have had a baby with Cassandra, and Cassandra would be alive today, instead of fucking Carissa fucking over Cassandra by stealing her baby daddy away. Like, I cannot fucking believe the way this life is, you know? Like Barbara and I can be together, like she said and promised. Like, Barbara promised and swore that we'll always be a family and stay whole together. Our family can be whole today. That makes me want to fucking die. It's the worst fucking feeling in the world, being told by this fucking woman that we'll always be a family together and we'll always persevere and we'll do whatever it takes to persevere. And then she turns out to be a lying piece of shit whore. And that's what Barbara is. She's a fucking lying piece of shit whore, because I'm a fucking good dude. I'm a fucking great dude. Whatever, like, my flaws are, I always want to fucking better myself and not have them anymore. You know, like I've done I've done everything I could to just love Barbara with all my fucking heart. And like, I do love Barbara with all my fucking heart. But she's so fucking thick-headed and so fucking simple that she doesn't realize that her fucking promise, it fucking scars me. It hurts like fucking hell every fucking day that she promised we'll always be a family together. Fuck, I wish I could overdose just so that, like, I would never have to think about Barbara again. But we have children, you know, like, Barbara is the reason I have a son, and Barbara is the reason I have 2 daughters. Because if Barbara never gave up on her fucking family in the first place, like a fucking whore gives up on her family, the way Dina gave up on her family and gave up on her. If Barbara didn't do exactly what her mother did, our family would be together right now, like we're supposed to be. Like, I fucking had a 12-hour day at work today. That's all I fucking did. And all I want in the whole fucking world right now is to hold my Barbara. And she'll always be my Barbara because she had my baby first. And she fucking promised to have my family forever first. And, like, she'll always be mine because of that promise she made me. And if she doesn't realize why that scars, then she's a dumb fucking piece of shit whore. And not just a fucking piece of shit whore. That would make her a dumb fucking piece of shit whore. If she can't fucking comprehend why this fucking burns, why this is agonizing every fucking day, I ask her, hey, I love Barb so fucking much. And it's so frustrating to love somebody so fucking much. So much, like, it hurts thinking about her right now. Like, we can be a family together like she promises, but she's a fucking liar. Like, Drayton, your mother's a fucking lying whore. I'm sorry that your family's not together, but it's her fucking fault. We can be together right now. Son, she's a fucking whore. Your mom's a fucking whore, son. I'm sorry that your mom's a fucking whore. Like, oh my God, like, I wish I could like, I love you, son. I would never fucking trade you or anything like that, but I almost wish I could fucking take you back and have you with somebody else, because Barbara promised me that we'll always be a family together. And we could be a family right now. There's no reason why we can't. What, I'm loud? Is that why? Like, fucking knock it off. Quit fucking pulling excuses why we can't work things out when we clearly can. We can go to couples counseling, marriage counseling, therapy, whatever the fuck it takes to be the strong family we promised one another. And you get that, Barbara? We fucking promised one another. And to my son watching this in the future, your mother and I promised to stay together forever. And then she used you as a fucking weapon against me for the last 5 fucking years. You're 5 years old right now, son. You're probably going to watch this when you're like 18 or something like that. And I'm sorry that I'm not there right now. Like, I should be there right now. I want to be there right now. I want to be raising you under the same roof like Barbara promised. Your whore mother, Barbara, promised that we'll always be under the same roof together, working things out, making sure that you go to college, making sure that you fucking become a doctor or somebody fucking awesome. Barb is too much of a whore to commit to the commitment she made. Don't you get that? Like, she committed to me only to give up like 3 months after my son's birth, even though we had a miscarriage before our son, and I was there for her every fucking step of the way. I was there for her in the fucking delivery room, rubbing her fucking back, son, while you were fucking being born. And it's just, okay. Let's get to the advice portion, which is a must, right? Like, I started this starting this video with a feeling because I feel so fucking depressed that my family can be together right now. Like Barbara, Drayton, and I, we can be together right now. And like, I know I have 2 other children, like Roxanne and I, we can raise our daughter together, and Sydney and I, we can raise our daughter together. But like, Barbara was supposed to be the one, and we're supposed to be together right now, like she promises. Like, oh my God, she's such a whore. And the reason I'm saying she's such a whore is because she hooked up with everybody I fucking know. Like, Like, seriously, everybody from Aaron to fucking Zach, A to fucking Z, like, Barbara is a fucking whore. Everybody in this fucking town gets to fucking sleep with her. Except for the person she promised forever. And it's so fucking frustrating because I have people looking down their fucking nose at me like they're all high and mighty. Like everybody from fucking her exes, like Lyndon and all that shit. You can just tell that they're fucking looking at me like they're judging me, but they don't know the full fucking part of the story. She was such a fucking bad person, and she just fucking pulls these excuses why so-and-so can't be together and stuff like that. And my fucking proof of that, of her pulling excuses to not be with the person she commits to, is the fact that she committed to Mike, the fact that she committed to Kyle, the fact that she committed to so many fucking relationships before, saying, I'll love you forever. And then when we have a son, when that fucking promise she made to everybody else, but she made it to me too, that we'll always be together forever. But then we have a family together, right? Like, shouldn't that mean something? Like, aren't we meant to be? Like, aren't we meant to have a child together? Is life meant to be? Is there a God? Like, what the fuck? Like, Barbara promised that we'll always be together, and that's the only reason she has my son. I would have never in a million fucking years given that whore a fucking son if she never told me that we're gonna fucking break up and ruin his fucking life. And yes, son, Deirdre, your parents breaking up, it ruined your life, and you fucking know it. Because even Barbara knows it. And the reason Barbara knows it is because John and Dina splitting up ruined her fucking life. And the reason I know that is because my mother and father splitting up ruined my fucking life. Am I the reason they're not together? Like, fuck, growing up like that? That's what my son's doing right fucking now. He's 5 years old. No, son, the reason we're not together is your mother, because we can be together right fucking now. I never hit her. I never hurt her. I never fucking did any fucking thing bad that would merit a forever cast out of my life kind of thing. She's just a whore who likes different flavors. That's all there is to it. She's a bar slut, bar maid who does this fucking, like, there's nothing wrong with working a bar job. There's nothing. But her specifically, just fucking, like, constantly showing her tits off for fucking tips and stuff like that. Constantly just fucking being like a piece of fucking shit. Dating coke dealers and all that shit. After swearing she would never date a coke dealer because of her son. Like, she's such a fucking bad person. I just don't understand. Like, it's just, why the fuck did I trust her? I love her so fucking much, and our family can be together right now, and I'm willing to fucking work with her through couples counseling, through therapy, through fucking, like, everything that it fucking takes to become a successful marriage and relationship and family and household, you know? Like, everything that my son needs to fucking thrive in this world. I'm sick of having this blood chain fucking surviving. Like, my dad was fucking, you know, like, whatever, like, and my mom was like, whatever, like, they were like, you know, they're survivors, right? Like, both of their parents were always fucking, like, battling and shit like that. They're surviving, right? They're surviving. But for us, for Barbara, Drayton, and I, we were supposed to raise Drayton to thrive, not just survive like some fucking schmo. She wants to fucking raise him like a fucking asshole. Like, she wants to raise him all alone when we can be a family together right now. And, like, what is she gonna do? Is she gonna promise another guy forever and then give up on him like she did for, like, fucking 10 other people before? She has fucking tattoos of these other fucking guys that she promised forever. And she has a son with me who she also promised forever. And that's why I want to kill myself. But now to get to the advice portion. I want to kill myself, yes, but I know I can't. So since I know that I can't, I know that I should stop thinking about killing myself. And that's the advice that I want to give to other people. Stop thinking about killing yourself. That's obvious advice. But, like, you know, when you're looking about other things to think about, like do what you do when you're pissed off at God, right? You say, fuck you, God, why God? Oh, fuck you, you bastard. And then, like, and you think, oh, well, you know, thanks for my blessings, though. You know what I mean? So like, just really count your blessings, you know? Like, I want to kill myself because my family's not together. Even though our family can be together right now. Like, Drayton, if you're watching this when you're like fucking 18, you're 5 right now. And like, your mom and I, we can get back together. We can fucking have more babies, brothers and sisters. And you know what I mean? Like, we can do what she promised. But ultimately, like, when you're feeling suicidal like I am right now, instead of jumping in the river like, oh, that would be so fucking awesome right now, just fucking leap on over, and like it would hurt though, you know, like that like cold sensation of like knife stabbing into your body, that feeling. Oh, I don't want that right now. You know, I feel too strong, you know, like I feel powerful, but I feel like killing myself because of Barbara. So it's like, I figured I would share myself in this moment. Like, yes, I want to kill myself, but I'm not going to because I'm too strong. And like, I'm going to have more babies because my first baby mother was a fucking dud whore. So it's like, might as well have more babies until I find that baby mother who wants a forever relationship, like Barbara promised, only for real, you know, not for pretend. The way she wanted to play easy bake oven, fucking home maker and stuff like that. I want to play that for real. You know, we both have jobs bringing food to the table, fucking bringing money, and then we fucking get a mortgage together, and we fucking buy a house together, and then we buy another house together. And like, I want to succeed. You know, like Barbara and I, we're supposed to be succeeding and thriving together right now. But she's too much of a slut. And that's all there is to it. She's too much of a fucking slut. Like, she's like, oh, Darren, I'll always want our family together. That's her exact fucking words. And we can be together right now. But she's too much of a slut. And I know I gotta let that go. And I'm not being a fucking woman hater here. No, fuck that. I love women. I love my mom. I love my grandma. I love my sisters. I love all of the girlfriends I've ever fucking had. Like, I love them all. I love Barbara, too. I love Barbara. But she's clearly being a whore. I can't find another word that fucking better describes it. That's the fucking best possible word. She wants different flavors of different men to fucking jump on different cocks and all that shit, when she can be fucking riding my 7-inch fucking hero cock. You know what I mean? Like, she could be with me like she promised forever, but she's all too much of a whore about it, you know? Like, she wants different cocks to jump on and stuff like that, which is just, it's fucking despicable, you know what I mean? Like, that's your mom, son. Your mom wants to be fucked by other people because she's a whore. She promised me forever, so that's why I'm entitled. I'm entitled to be this fucking angry with her. I'm entitled to be this pissed off, and I'm entitled to vent. And that's all I'm doing. I'm venting right now because I want to fucking shoot myself because of that whore Barbara. And like, whore is the best word for it. And the reason is because I fucking pay her child support. You know, like, oh, here's your money, whore. And then like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't get to see my son even though I ask for my son. Like, oh, like, she's such a fucking whore. I swear to God, she just had kids for the money or something. Like, fuck. But I know her psychology to a certain extent, so I know she had kids to emulate her father, who was a single father at the time, and at the same time she cut me out so that she could emulate her mother, you know what I mean, abandoning her family. I get that on a psychological level, but it's so fucked up that she became her mom and her dad, you know? Like, I know that I'm to a certain extent my mom and dad, but like Barbara became her mom, abandoning her family, when we could be a family together right now and work on anything. We can work on anything together. She could talk to me about anything. Anyways, if you're feeling suicidal tonight, don't kill yourself. Go out there and find resources, whatever it takes to not kill yourself, and do your best work to become your best self. Like, even though I'm venting and super fucking depressed because I want my family together like my family promised, you know, like, Barbara promised me that we'll always be a family. Barbara promised our son that we'll always be a family. And it's so fucking frustrating because even Drayton's gonna grow up knowing that Barb's a whore. Like, for lack of a better word, she wants other dick. And like, even though mine is phenomenal because I gave her fucking the orgasms to fucking conceive our child. And like, when we were making our child, I asked her, do you want my baby? And like, she said yes. And then we both came at the same time. And then 9 months later, our son was here. Like, for real. Like we're supposed to be meant to be, right? Or is that not real? Is meant to be not a real thing? What do you think, Barbara? You fucking promised me forever, and then we had a miscarriage, and then we had a son after our miscarriage. I think that's meant to be. The fact that we tried twice means that we could try again, which means that we could try again and again and again and again. You know, like, whatever it takes to keep our family whole. Stop being a whore and bring your family together, you fucking whore. Anyway, this video is just me venting. I am not contacting anyone directly or indirectly. I'm literally just venting and sharing my thoughts with YouTube. And mostly and more importantly, if you are feeling suicidal, reach out to somebody, man. Go out there and help. Like, these videos help me not kill myself. I know it sounds weird, but like, there's a certain relief of tension, and I don't want to kill myself, even though at the beginning of this video I definitely wanted to kill myself. You know, but now, like, I feel better because I vented about my real life situation based on the real facts. And it's just, you know, Barbara and I can be a family together right now. And if you're out there feeling suicidal yourself, like, holy fuck, I want to overdose. I want to fuck, like, I'm not going to go out and get fentanyl or heroin and stuff like that, but I want to fucking do all of that so I can just be with Cassandra. You know what I mean? Like, her heart was so fucking broken from my sister stealing her family, the way my heart's so fucking broken by Barbara being too much of a whore to stick to her commitment. You know, it was just like... And the way she cuts me out of my son's life, the way when I ask for my son and she says no, like, what's the point of me being alive? Like, if I were dead, she would love me, right? Like, but when I'm alive, she takes me for granted and just hates on me. Does that make sense? Like, we can be a family together like she promised, but she can't persevere in terms of that love emotion because her mother broke her fucking heart when she was a kid. Like, our family can be together like she promises, and she did promise. And like, this hurts so much because I don't know how to end this on a high note. I'm trying to end this video on a fucking high note, but I can't think of a way to do that. Like, I just want to fucking overdose like fucking Cassandra and just like, you know, if there's an afterlife, and be like, I'm sorry, I know your pain, you know, like, your pain is so fucking severe, it hurts, I get it, I understand why these people overdose and kill themselves. Over love, over some kind of whore like Barbara, or over somebody like my sister stealing her fucking family away. I'm such a good fucking person to these people too. Like, I know I'm venting, I know I'm swearing and being loud. Ooh, loud. But like, I'm super fucking nice to Barbara, and I'm super fucking nice to Carissa. I'm super fucking nice to all of them, and they're so fucking mean to me, and I just... Fuck, it just doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, why am I this fucking great guy to them, and like, none of them can reciprocate that fucking kindness that I fucking give them all the fucking time? I'm so fucking lost right now. Like, fuck, I miss you, Cassandra. What the fuck? What the fuck? Ugh. And there's like, you know, we have other friends that have OD'd this fucking year too. It's always over love, always over some whore like Barbara who fucking commits and then goes back on her word because she's a whore. I want to fucking do so much drugs that I overdose and die, but
I can't because I'm too strong, and also I have a good job. I think it's a good job anyway, like, and I fucking love it. I enjoy it. I really do. Like, I want to be there when I'm at work. I want to be at work. So, I mean, I don't have time to go out and find some heroin and get fucking loaded. I don't have time to fucking go out and get fentanyl and get fucking loaded until the point where I do so much that I overdose and fucking die. I have the money to do it, but I'm not going to spend my money on that. I have to spend my money on child support for that whore Barbara. Because, you know, whores need their money or else their pimps get off. I'm joking about the last part, but I love Barbara so fucking much, and she's just such a piece of shit. Like, I'm a good dude too. Like, I worked 12 fucking hours today. And like, out of those 12 fucking hours, I gave like all of my money away to my fucking baby mothers. Anyways, look, if you're feeling suicidal tonight, go out there, find some help, call the suicide hotline, whatever it takes, you know what I mean? Like, don't kill yourself. Don't fucking kill yourself, because you're gonna die anyway, sucker. And I'm gonna die anyway. I fucking hate the waiting part, because the waiting part is where I think about, oh, hey, Barbara and I can be together right now. We can raise our son under the same roof. And that fucking kills me every fucking day. I die from it. Every fucking day. I get to cry like once every fucking 2 weeks for Barbara. You know what I mean? Like, just because she promised that we'll always be together forever, and she swore to always persevere in the love emotion that we swore to always have for one another. But she's too much of a fucking whore to commit. We can be together right now. We can get married. Like she fucking swore and promised. Like, and you know, this is so frustrating. Like, she has tattoos with guys that she promised forever. She'll never fucking change. I know that. I know she'll always be a piece of shit whore who fucking goes from relationship to relationship to relationship. I'm so fucking pissed off that I trusted her. I trusted her to be the one to be like, hey, we're going to continue our relationship no matter what. Hell or high water, we can do it. Like, I trusted her to be that good of a woman. But she turned out to be a bad girl. My first baby mother, Barbara Marsh, is a fucking dud. She's fucking useless. Like, our family could be together right fucking now. All she does is fucking hog my son from me. And then when I ask for my son, all she does is fucking be like, oh, he never sees him. He never sees his son. And like fucking pats herself on the back. Oh, I'm such a good mother. Oh, single mother forever. Fuck. But our family can be whole right now. Our family can be together right now. That's my life every fucking day, because I love her and I care. And I know I'm supposed to be one of those heartless people like she is. She's heartless about it, right? Like, she's like, well, life goes on, blah, 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 new cock, right? Like, and I'm supposed to be like, oh, new pussy, new pussy, new pussy. And like, you know what I mean? Thank you, Barbara, for my 2 other children, because if you never gave up on your family, you fucking whore, like Dina, like the way your mother gave up on your family, Barbara, if you never gave up on your family, Barbara, I would have never have had 2 daughters. But I still love you, because out of all of the baby mothers I have, Barbara, you fucking whore, you're the only baby mother that promised me a family forever. And you're the first baby. Hey, what's up? How's it going? I love these little vents. And that's all they really are, really, is just big vents, right? The vent I want to share with you tonight is an epiphany I had. I call this epiphany the baby mama polygamy paradox. Okay, so in 2019, Sydney Walker and I had a relationship together from August 6th to Halloween. During that time, from August 6th to Halloween, she was asking me for a baby, and she was telling me that she wants to do what her parents did, which was like warm each other's feet up, cuddle in the same bed for like the next 23 years, you know, do that, the whole family thing, and be a family together. She promised me that we'll always be a family for that like 20 years that her parents warmed their feet up. That's what she told me. So I get that. Second, Roxanne Biggity But okay, Sydney and I ended up having a baby after 2019, or after our relationship in 2020. But now next baby mama, like Roxanne and I, we ended up getting together in 2018. She asked me for a baby and a family, and I gave her a baby and a family. And then in 2019, we had our daughter. And then with Barbara, in 2014, she was promising me marriage, a family, and that we'll always be a family together. And she was promising me that the whole time to give her a son. And now I'm starting to realize it, like, even though I want a forever relationship, like Barbara and I can get married together right now, and we can raise our son together like she promises. And like Sydney and I can be together and raise Cameron like she promises. And Roxanne and I can be together too, but we're friends, right? Like, all of that can happen right now. Like, we can be together. But I see now that there's a human nature quality to their promises that they can't keep. And that's the whole big thing of it. Like, they promise that we'll always be a family and we'll always stay together. But it is against human nature to do so, right? All human beings are equal. All human beings created equal, yada, yada, yada. We all put our pants on one leg at a time. Except for me, I put them on. I just jump right in them. Just joking. But like we're all human, right? So it's like part of being human is we have sex, we cry, all that shit, right? So it's like part of the sex life that they promised me, like the sex life that Sydney said she'll only fuck me and be with me, but during our relationship in 2019 from August 6th to Halloween, she was cheating on someone else, and she was telling me that I was the best she ever had during all that shit, and that I would be the only one. So, I mean, she will cheat on other people. She will lie to her next relationship, and her next relationship, and her next relationship, because that's human. And same with Barbara. Like, she told me that we'll always be together, but I get it now. Like, it's human to be polygamous. You know what I mean? Like that. Like, it's polygamy, right? Like, it's human nature to be polygamy. And I expected Barbara to have the quality to go above human nature, but she fell back into her human ways, which is to be a polygamist and to give up on her family. Like, for real, our family can be together right now. She creates excuses why we can't be together, but there's always reasons why we can be together. And same with Sydney and I. Like, we can be together right now, but I understand it now on a human psychological level that it is like, it's more natural to have multiple sexual partners than it is to ever be like, hey, one-on-one sex forever, just me and you. Like, that's what I want with Barbara, right? Like, I only want to fuck Barbara, and I only want to be with Barbara, and I only want to marry Barbara, but she doesn't want to do that. And then I offered that promise to Roxanne, and we ended up becoming friends. And then I offered that promise to Sydney that we can always be a family and all that stuff, and we can warm our feet up together and all that jazz. I offered that promise to her, and she took it in a way that, like, she had my baby. And, like, when we were together, I was faithful to her, but she was cheating on me and all that stuff. So, I mean, I know they're going to cheat on other people, but I guess the reason for this vent and the advice I want to give people right now is, like it is human nature to be polygamist at heart. To be a polygamist at heart, it's absolutely human nature. Like, I want to go against my human nature, and I want to be with just Barbara for the rest of my life, right? But that's not going to happen because her human nature halts our relationship from persevering. Like she promised that we can always persevere, but it's more human to give up so that you can have sex with other people. And that's just the way it is in 2020 life, because there's so many different flavors and so many different people, you know, stuff like that. And now I'm starting to realize, like, I can't be mad at her for wanting to be a slut. And that's like, and there's no, you know, I mean, like this society realizes that we're all sluts. We're all these whores and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, hear me out before you go all crazy. But we're all sluts in a way. Like, we all want to have sex right now. Like, right now, if I could have sex with a cute redhead and, you know, like, I love it rough. I mean, we'd have rough sex, but at the same time be sensual and gentle and all, like, you know what I mean? Like, like, we all want to have sex, right? Like, it's part of human nature to want to have sex. It's part of human to have sex. So it's like, I get that, and it's like, it's just so frustrating that I thought Barbara could keep her promise to go above human and actually be the one-on-one relationship and family that she promised me and our son. Like, I know that our son's life is ruined because of her promise, and I know that my life is ruined because of her promise, but it's like, I mean, like, there's a rebuilding in all of the debris, right? Like, there's always a rebuilding quality that I have, and there's a rebuilding quality that my son will have too. And like, I'm sorry that I ruined my daughter's lives, because like the truth is, like, we can be together right now, but the fact that we're not is going to result in us destroying the way they psychologically see the world and perceive the world. And I understand that, like, because like, the truth is, when they asked me for a baby, like, Sydney Walker asked me for a baby, Roxanne Biggie asked me for a baby, Barbara Marsh asked me for a baby. When they asked me for a baby, they were implying that we will always be a family together. So that's the reason I gave them the baby in the first place, you know? So that's the reason we have a son, and that's the reason we have daughters, you know, like Barbara and I have a son because we were always supposed to be a family together, like she promises. And then Sydney Walker and I have a daughter because we were supposed to warm each other's feet up for the next 20 years together in the same bed. And I totally understand that. And then, like, of course, Roxy and I, we just decided to have a child together because it was, like, she has one with someone else already. So we decided to try and, you know, become the family that the first one promised us. But like, I see now that she had to go back on her like, back to her polygamous nature. Like, I'm not saying that she's gonna have multiple boyfriends all at once and stuff like that. Like I know that, like, the way Sydney cheated on me during our relationship, she's gonna cheat on other people. That's what she does. And the way Barbara said that we'll always be together forever, she told that shit to Kyle and Mike and all that stuff. So she's gonna promise somebody else forever. And like, all of the shit that Roxanne put me through, like her being, she's pretty wild sometimes, but like, all of that shit, she's gonna put somebody else through that stuff. And like, I don't have to put up with their shit anymore. But on another level, all I want is to be with one of them. Like if Barbara wanted to get married right now, we could get married and raise our family like she promises. But she's too much of a human being to be able to keep a monogamous promise, which monogamy, it's above human. And the reason I'm saying monogamy is above human, like if you're in a relationship right now and you're married and stuff like that, and you're on your like 30th year of marriage, like that's above human. Your standards, the standards that you have chosen to live your life towards, that's above human. So like, kudos on you, man. That's fucking awesome. Like, that's what I wanted with Barbara. I wanted to be above human with Barbara to the point where we can be in a relationship together and trust one another. We can build a family together, and we can fucking buy a house and have a mortgage together and raise our family under the same roof. But she's too much of a whore to do that. But now I see that this polygamist idea that came to me, like we are all polygamists, right? Like, it's against my nature to go out and have a wife and only have sex with her for the rest of my life. But that's what I want. I want to set that standard above that human polygamy side that Barbara is addicted to, because like, our family can be together right now, but she creates excuses why we can't be together. So that means she wants to fuck around and fuck other guys. That, son, that's your mother. That's your mother. That's your mother. Your mother wants to fuck other people because she's a whore. But that's okay. That's part of being human, right? Like, I should say, instead of being a whore, she's just a polygamist human. And that's the paradox of this whole fucking thing. The paradox is she can promise me that we'll always be together, but she can't go against her human nature and become monogamous with me. You know what I mean? Like, It's an epiphany that I've had. And I realize it now. Like, son, here's what I want you to do. I want you to have as many children as you can with as many different women as it takes. Go ahead, because like if you find one that wants to be together forever, yes, do it. Do it. If she's good, do it. Yeah. If you find one that wants to be forever, give her your all and good luck to you, my boy. But ultimately, like, you're gonna meet women like your mom and like the baby mothers that I have who will promise forever, but they won't be able to keep their word because of their human nature. So just like, to my son, like, don't ever kill yourself for a woman. Don't ever hurt over a relationship like that, because they're gonna come and they're gonna go. Like, I'm gonna have a girlfriend soon. I always have a girlfriend every couple of months. Some woman always comes into my life, promises me forever, and then breaks my heart. And I'm gonna have that again soon. Now to my daughters though. To my daughters, all I ask is that you stay off the pole. Don't be dancing. Don't be taking your clothes off for money, okay? Don't be doing shit like that. Even though to the people that do that shit, like, there's nothing wrong with you doing that. You got to do what you got to do. But like, to my daughters, please don't be taking your clothes off for money or anything like that. Don't be that kind of person, okay? Make me proud. Go out there.